researcher.
And I'm Judy, the athlete, and we're here to help you better your best. Lots of talk about approach avoid, which lots of talk, but our app does measure approach or avoid from a brain perspective during a shot.
Approach being moving towards something, and avoid meaning moving away from something that we don't want to have happen.
Correct. And then we do a profile that includes, under attitudes and mindset, the mindset of approach or avoid. And when you talk to people about it, and very easily I can get kind of wrapped up in a pretzel about it, of approach sounds so much more positive. I want to be approaching life as opposed to avoiding life. And so we get mixed up in semantics and past experience of approach versus avoid.
Well, and also in the research, if you look at approach avoid from a questionnaire perspective, approach is more highly correlated with positive performance. And we have found, testing high-level athletes with our brain measure, that that's not always the case. And it's 50-50 lots of times relative to performance. And in some cases, the last study, 70% were in avoid, and they were high-level performers. But I think the problem lies in more the definition. So approach avoid is a measure of motivation. And you can be motivated by moving towards that carrot or moving away from what you don't want, the poor shot or whatever it happens to be, or missing or losing to this person. It provides the energy, the intensity. But what's critical is from the next step is
what do you do with that energy, right?
Yes,
once you have it.
Focus your attention. That's exactly right.
So if I'm like saying, I don't want to lose to this guy, or I don't want this girl to beat me, right? There's some energy potentially, as long as I'm active in it, not passive. Like I just want it to be over, and that's very passive, right? But if I actively don't want that person to beat me, there's a next step.
Correct. And if you get stuck in this person not beating me, this person not beating me, they're going to beat you, right? Because your focus is in the wrong place, and you're not in charge, and you're not taking your focus where you want. The other side, I think, that's kind of interesting about it is when you need energy to really, finish off this match at the last 3 ends or whatever, or the last 3 holes, and you're tired and everything, an avoid mindset, motivation, can really give you the energy to focus your attention to close them out.
So is that more like when people say, I hear you say dial it up, but I don't know how to dial it up. How do I dial up the intensity? You're saying that the avoid motivation could provide a really good amount of energy to dial it up.
And maybe more so than the positive, because yes, I want the carrot, but I don't really have to have the carrot. I'd be okay, so the avoid can be, I think, a little bit stronger. It's kept us alive for a lot of years.
Yeah, that's for sure.
When we avoid getting eaten by the lion, right?
That's right, exactly right.
Yeah, so anyway, the distinction we'd like to make, I think, is approach avoid is motivation. Figure out the motivations that make the biggest difference for you, and you can even write them down so you have them, in those times of that are critical. And then from there, you've got to decide on your focus of attention to achieve what you want, to better your best.